This is a video that looks at the solubility of some inorganic compounds in water. It also looks at the idea of precipitation. Precipitation is the formation of a solid in a solution. In each case, two solutions made from dissolving a soluble compound in water are mixed, and on mixing, an insoluble solid is made. This applies to salts generally, but also to bases. Carbonates and hydroxides are particularly insoluble. In the first example, the first solution taken is the blue solution, copper sulfate. This solution has been made up by dissolving the blue solid, copper sulfate, in water. It is going to be mixed with sodium hydroxide solution. This has been made up by dissolving the white solid, sodium hydroxide, into water. It produces a colourless solution. Watch carefully as some drops of sodium hydroxide are added to the blue solution. Although not perhaps immediately obvious, a dark blue solid is formed. If I add a little more of that dark blue solution solid will develop. What has happened here is that the copper ions in the copper sulfate solution have met the hydroxide ions which are present in the sodium hydroxide, and they have come together to form the insoluble solid copper 2 hydroxide. The sodium ions from the sodium hydroxide and the sulfate ions from the copper sulfate remain in the water, able to move freely around. They have not changed. They are sometimes called spectator ions. In the second example, we're going to take lead nitrate solution. In this case, we're going to precipitate a salt. Lead nitrate, again, has been made by combining a white solid, lead nitrate, and dissolving it into water. The solution that is going to be added this time is potassium iodide solution, also near colourless. So watch again as a few drops of potassium iodide is added to the lead nitrate. So once again, a precipitation reaction has occurred and a yellow solid is formed. This yellow solid is lead 2 iodide. The lead ions from the lead nitrate solution have combined and made with the iodide ions from the potassium iodide and have made the insoluble lead 2 iodide. Once again, there will be spectator ions. In the third example, we'll make a carbonate. The solution taken this time is cobalt, CO2+, cobalt 2 chloride, which is this pinky red colour. The cobalt 2 chloride has been made up by dissolving, once again, a pink coloured solid into water. I'm going to add to this a few drops of sodium carbonate solution, which again has been made up by dissolving a white solid into water, and it makes a colourless solution. Again, watch carefully as a few drops of the sodium carbonate is added to the pink cobalt chloride. So here a rather nice purple coloured solid has been made. This time it is cobalt 2 carbonate that has been made from the cobalt ions in the cobalt chloride and the carbonate ions from the sodium carbonate. So once again, spectator ions would be left. Simply to confirm the solid nature of the first experiment, so it is very clear that it is a solid, let's have a look once more at the copper 2 hydroxide formed in the first experiment. And as you'll see, it is when the water has been poured away, or the solution has been poured away with the spectator ions, it is very clearly a solid material which is left. For these three precipitation reactions, you might like to try and devise fully balanced chemical equations with state signs, followed by ionic equations for the two ions which combine to form the insoluble solid, leaving the spectator ions out.